Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for
Good morning, McDowell. Today is Thursday, May 19th, school day 165, and here are your morning announcements. Today is Biology Keystones. VOTEC students need to report to the Little Theater on the morning of May 16th through the 23rd. Due to the Keystone testing, these classes are switching their lunch. Slepsov, 3rd, Velez, 3rd, Rapp, 3rd, and Clerkin, 3rd. Today for lunch, we will be having Sloppy Joe sandwich and french fries and mac and cheese pizza. Student Council grant applications for clubs and organizations are due to Mr. Emanuel by Friday, May 27th. Let Student Council assist your group with some financial aid. See Mr. Emanuel with questions. Attention interested students grade 9th, 10th, and 11th. About 15 seats remain for the fall Washington, D.C. trip. See Mr. Hoderney or Mr. Andrzak or MIHS office for paperwork. Also, those who have signed up need to submit room requests. Any sophomore or junior who would like to be a part of next year's Student Council Executive Board can pick up information from Mr. Schmidt in room 115 at McDowell or from Mr. Emanuel in room 2101 at MIHS. Completed applications must be returned by Friday, May 27th. You do not have to be a current member of Student Council to apply. Applications are now being accepted for Camp Cadet. Camp will be held at Allegheny College from June 19th through the 24th. This is a week-long camp where kids will receive a better understanding of law enforcement. Camp is for students who are between 13 and 16 years old. Information for sign-up is in the guidance office. Pleasant Ridge Manor is having its annual Summer Junior Aid program that runs for 8 weeks, Monday through Friday, between the hours of 8:30 to 3:30. Interested students can get a brochure detailing the program in the guidance office. Each brochure has a registration form that needs to be completed and returned before June 3rd. Attention freshmen, sophomores, and juniors interested in producing the TV video announcements each day, want to help produce or film student media at McDowell, curious about how things work behind the scenes of a TV studio production. Applications are now being accepted for the 2016-17 TV studio team, also known as the Trojan News Network. Accepted students will be part of Mrs. Weiss's tutorial homeroom next year and would be responsible for producing the announcements each day. For an application, see Mrs. Weiss in room 2009 at MIHS or pick one up at the MIHS main office. Applications and teacher recommendations are due to Mrs. Weiss by May 31st. Attention all cast, crew, and orchestra of Into the Woods, Julius Caesar, Little Women, and Seussical. The CPA department has tickets available to see the Broadway National Tour of Matilda on May 20th. A bus will be provided. The cost is $45 and will be limited to the first 40 paid students. Please see Mr. Johnson for more information. On May 28th from 9 to 12 p.m., there will be an elite instruction for kickers and punchers with various skill levels ranging from beginners to high school for $50. Proceeds from this clinic will support the McDowell football program. Registration forms can be found at the main office. Now for your high school announcements. Any sophomore or junior who would like to be a part of next year's Student Council Executive Board can pick up information from Mr. Schmidt in room 115. Attention all robotics members. Our banquet is Thursday, May 26th. If you haven't gotten the flyer in homeroom, please see Mrs. Testa or Mr. Buchholz for the invitation. Also, please be sure to RSVP by the end of the week. Walking for the Cause will take place on May 25th at Gus Anderson Field. Don't forget to turn in your donation envelope. If you have any questions, see Ms. Miller in McDowell Guidance. Any senior requiring additional tickets to graduation should see Ms. Krasinski in room 201. Also, additional seats are still available for the senior class trip to Cedar Point. See Ms. Krasinski about that as well. Now for your sports announcements. Congratulations to the girls lacrosse team for their 15-8 victory over Villa on senior night on Monday. Be sure to come out and support the McDowell girls lacrosse team on Monday as they compete in the District 10 Championship at 5 p.m. at McDowell. And now over to Kieran with the weather.
Thank you, Katie. As you can see for today's weather, we're looking at a high of 62 with a low of 45, and it's going to be sunny. However, as we move into tomorrow, we're looking a bit higher with a high of 65 and a low of 52 still mostly sunny, but not all the time. Then finally on Saturday, only 1 degree higher with a high of 66 and a low of 52, and it's going to be partly cloudy. And I'm going to throw over to Mrs. Parker with the principal's desk.
Good morning, MIHS. For the principal's desk today, we are featuring our PJAS program. PJAS stands for Pennsylvania Junior Academy of Science. The sponsor in our building is Mrs. Helmy. She is our 10th grade biology teacher, and Mr. Fetzner is the sponsor at the high school. PJAS requires students to research a topic, design an experiment, and analyze results. Although from what I understand, we can also compete in a research project as well. I have with me today 2 students who competed regionally at Penn State Barron in March. They took a first, and they just came back from Penn State main campus this morning, and they took a first there as well. Before we move into a small interview with each of our esteemed scientists, I would like to say that PJS is one of the activities that students can participate in to earn a STEM certificate from McDowell upon graduation. And you can look those activities up on the website, but this is certainly qualifying. All right, today we are very proud to have 2 sophomores. Munian Fan is a 10th grader, and Emma Evans. They both participated, competed, and came back with a first place award. And we'd like to talk a little bit to them. So Munian, you're first this morning. I understand you did a research project.
Yes. The project was about fractals, which are self-similar and iterated mathematical constructs. So this means that like any point on the fractal looks exactly the same as the entire fractal.
Okay, so that's a very intense topic, and you researched that. How many years have you been participating in PJS?
This is my 4th year in PJS.
So you've done it every year, 6, 7?
Every year since 7th grade.
Very good. And what is your interest in fractals?
Well, math has always been my favorite subject, so when I was looking at cool math things, I came across fractals and decided that I wanted to do it for my project.
It sounds very interesting. Munian had a first place, and he also was awarded a special certificate because he won or had a perfect score. So that was quite honorary.
Yeah. The certificate was in honor of a sponsor who died of cancer. So
very, very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. Next, we have Emma Evans. She's also a sophomore. She did her experiment in the chemistry field. Can you tell us a little bit about that, Emma?
Well, my project was exploring how temperature affects the rate of reaction, of a chemical reaction, and I used luminol to show this because luminol releases light as a result of a chemical reaction, so I was able to determine how fast the chemical reaction happened based on the temperatures that I used.
How big is a luminol?
Well, luminol, I got it in a powdered form, so it dissolves in water, and
So it's microscopic.
yeah.
Okay. How many years have you been involved in
This
PJS?
is also my 4th year.
Also your 4th year.
Yep.
So I would imagine you both intend to keep going. Yeah.
Yep.
There's a special award for participating in all your years when you're a senior, if I'm not mistaken. That's great. Thank you very much for that. I'm going to leave our principal's desk with a quote, a science quote from Albert Einstein. To raise new questions, new possibilities, to regard old problems from a new angle requires creative imagination and marks real advance in science. And so congratulations to our first place winners. Thank you.
Thanks.
And now back to Katie to wrap up.
Those are all your announcements for today. I'm Katie Conrad, and this is Trojan News Network signing off.